David Hasselhoff called me up once and he was like, yo, between you and me, man, Kit's a f***ing bitch. Let me talk about getting your ride. I told him to f***ing take a hack, man.
It's the end of the world as we know it, and there's new eggs to find. Welcome to Watch Mojo, and today we're going to show you the top 5 Easter eggs we found in Far Cry New Dawn. Before we begin, we publish new content every day, so be sure to subscribe to our channel and ring the bell to get notified about our latest videos. For this list, we're going to be showing off 5 references and secrets we found in Ubisoft's post-apocalyptic adventure. If you'd like to know what we thought about the game, be sure to head on over to Mojo Plays for our review.
Okay, back to normal.
Number 5, the Roughnecks Crag.
Yes, Herc, I'm happy you found faith in this god that you probably invented yourself, but I'm not interested.
Wonder where your guns for hire go when they're not going with you? Well, they all end up here on the far west side of the map. All 8 of your allies, plus Irwin for some reason, will get together at this bar and start drumming up some hilarious conversations between each other. There's some great banter here too. Here's a few examples.
I was hoping that maybe you could tell me like a cool Bible quote that I could say before I kill people, like the snakes on a plane guy does in Pulp Fiction.
Proverbs 20:22. Do not say, I'll pay you back for this wrong. Wait for the Lord, and he will avenge you.
Yeah, I don't really want to wait for the Lord, though, man. I want my payback now.
If I hear you sigh one more time without telling me what's wrong, I'll snatch that mask off your face so fast it'll make your head spin. Then, after I know who you are, I'm gonna find your mother and tell her she raised a whiner.
On top of that, the bar has a note from Grace mentioning 8-Bit Pizza, the bar your guns for hire hang out in Far Cry 5, just like this place. Though we'd be pretty concerned about everyone claiming they want to eat Horatio.
That's a week's worth of bacon.
Number 4, hometown references.
If you ever want to rob a stronghold again, we can. But they'll do everything in their power to make it harder for us.
For those of you who aren't aware, Far Cry New Dawn was developed by Ubisoft Montreal, and they seem to have inserted themselves through the helicopter pilot from Quebec, Roger Cataret. Luckily for you guys, WatchMojo is also based in Montreal, so we were able to pick up on a few hints. When traveling to the amusement park, Roger will say,
"Reminds me of La Ronde when I was a kid."
That's Montreal's main theme park, which is pretty easy to figure out, but here's one you guys probably won't get.
You know the bridges where I come from collapsed even before the bombs?
This is a hilarious reference to Pont Champlain, one of the main bridges onto the island into Montreal. That was so poorly put together, it's already falling apart. Number 3, weapon description shoutouts. The game's weapons are filled with so many hidden references that we can't go over all of them, so let's quickly mention a few. There's this obvious one here, though more likely a shout out to the fact that Ubisoft got to work on a Mario title recently. There's also a reference to Grand Theft Auto here, a reference to Admiral Akbar's famous quote, though our 2 favorites have to be the weapons that are part of Space Force. One takes a jab at the department's years of activity, and the other seems to have been written by Donald Trump himself. Quote, "Surely the greatest firearm the world has ever seen, ever." Yeah, I can't do it, I suck. And last but not least, Ubisoft snuck in a little innuendo. Number 2, Guy Marvel's hideout. Guy Marvel was the movie director in Far Cry 5 who brought us the amazing Blood Dragon side missions, as well as a hilarious fourth wall break.
Blood Dragon 3 will be a masterpiece! Seriously? It has to be. I can't go back to working on shit like Far Cry! I'd rather put my balls in a vice and listen to everyone with their fucking opinions about world building and player motivation and believability.
He may be gone in New Dawn, but his legacy remains. At the southern point of Joseph's former island, you'll find a house dubbed Planet Guy Marvel, and you can break inside through a damaged section of the roof. Inside, you'll find 2 Blood Dragon eggs, his director's chair, 2 movie posters that reference levels in the Far Cry 5 DLC, Dead Living Zombies, and most important of all, a diary claiming he had only just finished editing Blood Dragon when the nuclear war began. That's pretty impressive, considering he only just started filming that movie during the events of the previous game.
Classic tale. A small-town nobody, you, arrives just in time to save world-renowned auteur, Guy Marvel, yours truly.
Number 1, Memories of SF.
Man, that thing looks badass. You think anyone survived? Why, it's been 17 years, so sûrement pas.
We saved the best for last, and what an Easter egg this is. During the government plane crash expedition, you'll quickly find notes from someone with the initials SF. He talks about how the plane is named the Paladin. how he needs to get back to his daughter Sarah, and he laments about how the governments of the world don't need a man like him who operates from the shadows anymore. Well, in case you haven't figured it out yet, SF stands for Sam Fisher, the protagonist of the Splinter Cell games. Whoa, a Ubisoft shared universe? Well, amazingly, the fun doesn't stop there. One of the notes even hints at a gift Sam left in the vault, one that requires the player to reactivate ShadowNet. This shows where the nuclear detonations took place on US soil before revealing Sam's stealth suit. That's right, you can play Far Cry New Dawn in the TAC suit, and it makes for some amazing snaps in photo mode. We think it's right we only leave you with our little joke photo. Get it? Don't forget to check out our review of Far Cry New Dawn over on Mojo Plays, and be sure to subscribe and ring the bell to be notified about our latest videos.